This is my famous gingerbread recipe. You asked for it. You know I am always transparent, no gatekeeping here. So I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as I do. I have made it every year for probably 15 years. So they're soft gingerbread cookies and they have a delicious flavor. Do note, I have doubled this recipe in order to make it just 1 jar of molasses because I hate having to measure out the sticky molasses. So if this seems like a lot of cookies for you, go ahead and cut the recipe in half and just know you're gonna have to use half a jar of molasses. The recipe starts with 6 cups of all-purpose flour. Then there's 1.5 cups of brown sugar. You can use light or dark. Today I'm using light. There's 2 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, 2 tablespoons of ground ginger. Trust me on this one. I even have written next to it on the recipe, use the whole thing. It doesn't end up being too spicy and just gives it a really nice round flavor. 1 teaspoon of ground cloves. This one I go just a little under because the cloves can be strong. We're gonna use 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. Don't forget this, they won't turn out right. I've done it before. I'm gonna use the dough hook attachment on my mixer and just stir on low for a couple minutes. While it's stirring, you're gonna go ahead and add in 1.5 cups of butter. I'm using salted butter and I don't add any additional salt to this recipe. You just wanna cut small pieces and let it kind of get worked into the dough. It helps if you leave this butter out for a ½ hour before you start making your cookies to help it mix in a little bit more quickly. You can see this is now a fine meal. There's no chunks of butter left. So now we're ready to add the molasses. This is gonna be an entire jar of molasses. I'd recommend adding about a ½ jar at a time and letting it mix in. I've added half the molasses. I'm gonna go ahead and add in the 1/4 cup of milk. Go ahead and return to mixing just on a low stir, add the rest of the molasses. You can hear my mixer is really working. We want it to completely make a nice, beautiful brown batter that doesn't have any clumps of flour or sugar left in it. So when you've got your dough to the desired consistency, then you're gonna roll it out between sheets of parchment paper. I'm gonna take out roughly 1/4 of the dough, place it on the parchment paper, and then you wanna roll the dough out between 2 sheets. I like to roll mine to about 3/8 of an inch. You can also roll them to 1/4 inch if you like them a little bit thinner. I have these little rubber bands on the sides of my rolling pins. If you are somebody that makes rollout cookies even remotely regularly, these are on Amazon. They're super cheap and they make sure you have a consistent thickness of your cookies and they are a game changer. I was so happy when I found them. So after your dough is rolled out into a consistent sheet, you're gonna slide this whole thing in the freezer for about 5 minutes. If you don't freeze it or chill it in between, this dough is absolutely unmanageable and sticks to everything. So go ahead and freeze it for 5 minutes and then we'll cut out the cookies. You're gonna place the cookies on a cookie sheet covered with parchment paper. This is a very old air bake cookie sheet, but any kind should work. So you're gonna take your chilled cookie dough, take off the top layer of parchment paper and use your cookie cutter to start cutting out cookies. I make mine all traditional gingerbread men. This is about a 3-inch cookie cutter. I found it's the sweet spot for what I'm looking for. I caution you against going too big because it's a lot of cookie. And you're just gonna go ahead and cut out these cookies and transfer them over to your cookie sheet. And once you have all your gingerbread cookies on your cookie sheet, you're gonna put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 9 to 11 minutes. I usually put mine in at 9 minutes and start to watch them. What you're watching for is just that they start to develop the faintest little cracks on top, and that's when you wanna take them out. If you remember and are able, you can flip around the pan halfway through. Half the time I remember. I don't know if it makes a huge difference. These are best eaten with a glass of milk.